Daniel.
Good to hear.
And here we are. We are about to check out the last movie of The Hobbit.
I feel like we are closing a chapter. I've been really surprised by the Hobbit trilogy, to be honest.
Yeah, you didn't have the such a hating reaction as I was expecting. That's true.
Mm-hmm. One of the reasons I think it's because it is less serious than Lord of the Rings.
Yes, true.
And they do put a lot of comedy tone to the movie, which makes me relate more, to be honest.
All right. So this one is the shortest one of them all. It's almost the size of a normal movie. So
Which is so nice because the first one was so long.
yeah, to be honest, it's like just like I said in the review of that movie. I also think it's too long. The first one. This one is called The Battle of the Five Armies. Now, what armies are those?
So I think that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check our Patreon. The full lengths of the Hobbits are already there, as well as daily posts and sometimes more than once a day. And we are just getting started with Breaking Bad, which has been so cool. And we will start very soon with Stranger Things as well. So a lot of things going on. Just check it out and let's jump into it.
Let's go. You can see the full-length commentary, get access to polls, to what we will see next, and more on our Patreon page. The link is in the description below. If you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you!
Yeah, and we just saw Hobbit 2 last week, right?
Yes, it was last week, I think we saw.
Yeah.
And the second movie ends in such a way that it's like, okay, we need to see the rest, because otherwise the story is not complete. Yeah.
That's a nice place. It's the thing next to the lake, right?
Yeah, it's the Lake City.
The dragon must be like going after them.
They've woken the dragon! They've brought an apocalypse upon us!
You went along with it. What are you talking about?
Should we not try to save the town? The town is lost! Save the gold!
Of course, the town is lost. Just save the gold.
Yes, of course. Ooh, but those shades are awesome.
If you stay here, your sisters will die. Is that what your father would want?
Then be it.
You hear me?
I don't think that there's no one working there.
Yeah, true.
It's like, I was right.
Yeah, but I think now he's just thinking like, my children.
I know, obviously.
It's massive.
Yeah. It does look like Venice. Yeah.
People are getting burned. I mean, yeah, of course they were, but still. Seemed very explicit, you know?
If only we could take more of these poor people with us, but they're hardly worth it. I quite agree. We're carrying too much weight. We need to dump something.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, so this is karma.
No way. No way.
Ow.
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, he's gonna try to go to the thing to hit the dragon. Which will be like a shot in the dark because it's gonna be so hard because just one of the things he has and the
I was
guy's
gonna
huge.
say, it's just one. There's barely any city left to burn.
That was odd. Did he just waste it?
No, it's not. It's just the thing to put the arrows.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck.
Good aiming, but yeah.
Oh, for a moment I thought.
These arrows cannot pierce its hide. I fear nothing will.
But those are normal arrows,
Yes, those are
right?
normal arrows.
Babe, what are you doing? Why didn't you leave? You were supposed to leave.
I came to help you.
No! Nothing can stop it, no.
This might.
But how the hell is he gonna...
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Now that is a pity.
Pity.
No help will come. Is that your child?
Yeah.
The dragon is like, oh, so fun.
No way you would be able to see that, by the way.
Look at me. You look at me.
Trust your father.
Little to your left.
Hit him.
But it did hit
He
him.
hit him. That was so strong, actually, for the dragon just
Ow.
to be just like that, you know? Oh, but he didn't die. He just... I'm sorry about him. Poor thing.
Oh, poor Smog.
Smaug is dead. Look there.
The birds.
The ravens of Erebor are returning to the mountain.
That was way too fast.
The dragon is dead.
The thing that you were saying in the last movie, like you sense like a
It's
little
coming.
shift on him.
Yeah, it's like the treasure, the corruption.
His grandfather, we saw him, the grandfather with the Arkenstone,
Yeah,
kind of
he
was the
got
same.
mad with that, or because of that, and I think it's happening the same to him. Luckily, he has very good friends, and I think it's gonna be able
That's
to
it.
manage things around. But
You can walk.
you're well. What the hell, bro?
Why me?
You're alive. Why you're alive? That's a great question. Karma sometimes doesn't work.
We're leaving.
They are your people. You must go.
Come with me. You make me feel alive.
I can't.
You helped me be alive, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
I'm Raline.
Oh, speak a bit of.
Alfnick.
I don't know what that means.
I think you do.
Like, no, your accent was terrible, so no, I.
My what do we know?
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, it's the Lucky Charm.
Keep it. As a promise.
We will see each other again. The guy doesn't really like it, but
Well.
it's his problem.
In the absence of the master, the power cedes to his deputy, which in this instance is my good self. Now give me that blanket!
You're so done.
I wouldn't go turn him on your own, Alfred. Not now.
Ooh. Well done, son.
He was barred! He killed the dragon! I saw it with my own eyes! Thank you,
I guess they do have a new leader for the town.
Oh, hail! King Bad! I'm not the master of this town. Where is he?
I just got away.
You helped him empty the treasury.
No, I tried to stop him.
Sure. I hate that kind of guy.
Will nobody think of the children?
Don't you hold my child.
Let him go! Let him go!
Yeah, it's like they've been through so much.
Have you not had your fill of death?
I love this guy.
And those who have strength left, follow me. We must salvage what we can.
What then? What do we do then?
We find shelter.
Yeah, let's think one thing at a time.
Yeah, they could go to the high mountain.
Sorry,
to the
sorry.
place where the dwarfs go, where Smog was. There is a lot of money, aka gold. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
the place.
Yeah.
It's not far. It's big enough for them all and more. So
You have
Why
shelter
not?
there, it's protected.
We all need to leave.
We only just got here.
I've tried talking to him, but he won't listen.
What do you mean, laddie?
Thorin! Thorin! He doesn't sleep. He barely eats. He's not been himself. Not at all.
yeah.
At least they have the coin to pay for the repairs.
Oh, and the clothes he has. Hi there.
Behold, the great treasure hoard of Thror. Welcome, My sister's sons.
Yeah, but it's good for them to be reunited again.
Keep searching. The Ark.
I still think that he has it.
Bilbo?
No one rests until it is found.
And he just doesn't give it up because he knows that if the guy is like that, imagine if they have the jewel.
I am almost tempted to let you take it. If only to see Oakenshield suffer.
So he has it, and since he's with her, maybe that's why the guy's feeling like that, because it is so close. It does looks.
It looks like
gorgeous.
a little
Piece of the universe.
yeah, galaxy. That's what I was gonna say.
Dor, Shazili Shashadu, Yanis, Pundakus Nak, Shazo, Magra Nak.
Pack was waiting for him on the outskirts of Escaroth. They fled into the north.
Kelain Winiath or Adarlin. Kani Hidan Winnie Nalen. Edlen and Taurian.
Adlennen.
She's like, thank God.
If there is no place for Tauriel, there is no place for me.
But they have like a romance thing, or
I would say he wants a romance. I would say she is not exactly want that, but still they are.
they know each other for
I
a
would
long
say
time. They
for a
are
few
just
centuries at
partners.
least they know each other. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, but that's her. That's the woman elf.
Galadriel. Yeah, I think so.
The over melodramatic one. She is extremely strong.
Yes.
I am not alone.
Elrond. Saruman.
I don't think he's a very good person. He's gonna betray you all, but still.
Again, we know he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, so yeah, these kind of dramatic moments don't really. One thing that I like is that they are considered light. So I like the way that she always
Has a little glow.
irradiates
That's
light,
true.
you know? This was the moment when he changed.
Because I know he changed because it was like he felt. Oh God! Sorry, I was thinking about The Ring or something when I saw her eyes.
You have no power here.
I forget what I was saying about she being so shiny and shit.
Sometimes she seems very dark. What?
Drama.
Without the Ring of Power, Sauron can never again hold dominion over Middle-earth. Go now. Leave Sauron to me.
To do what?
To become friends. I love the rabbits. It's the most adorable thing.
You must summon our friends, Bird and Beast. The battle for the mountain is about to begin.
Yeah.
We all would see the stone returned, and yet it is still not found!
That's being very harsh on your team.
The Arkenstone is the birthright of our people.
It is the king's jewel.
Am I not the king?
Yeah, everyone is feeling the same.
If anyone should find it and withhold it from me, I will be avenged.
I was thinking maybe shouldn't he speak with the older one?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon
Yeah, it
sickness.
feels, very, very bad.
I've seen it
about
before.
Not in first hand.
It sent his grandfather mad.
But if it was found,
He knows.
would it help?
That stone crowns all. It is the summit of this great wealth. Will it stay his madness? No, that
It would only make it worse.
Yeah, I think he
understands. Yeah. Especially because Bilbo is way smarter than I would assume when we saw Lord of the Rings, to be honest.
I picked it up in Bayon's garden.
That was nice. That was a nice touch.
I'm gonna plant it in my garden, in Bag End.
Oh, but you see, there's hope.
And every time I look at it, I'll remember. Remember everything that happened, the good, the bad.
He needs to bring some...
And how lucky I am that I made it home.
But I think it made him very feeling good, you know, like this little
Yeah, exactly, like...
thing.
Survivors from Lake Town. This street.
Oh, the way that his face just changed, like, they want our gold.
The company of Thorin Oakenshield survived.
You mean there's a bunch of dwarves in there with all that gold?
There's gold enough in that mountain for all.
Make camp here tonight.
Still, he is the leader. I'm not the king, but...
This mountain was hard won. I will not see it taken again.
People of Lake Town have nothing.
Oh yeah, because he has been there, yeah.
I know well enough their hardship. They have much to be grateful for.
The guys annoying me so terribly much.
Bring more stone to the gate!
And the way the others are actually doing that and not upset about it and not doing anything about it.
Yeah, and at the same time,
upsets me.
it's their dream. Like, our homeland is back, we have our king, but yeah, I agree with you.
That's not the personality they have, so them not questioning, it's so odd. Doesn't really align with the plot, I would say, and with the characters. And they are with the deer. Oh! I was not expecting to be actually, like, help, you know?
Let's see what he asks back, I don't know.
I came to reclaim something of mine. You would try to reason with the dwarf.
To avoid war? Yes.
They want to attack, so it's better to try to talk than anything else.
Why do you come to the gates of the king under the mountain armed for war?
Why does the king under the mountain fence himself in?
Perhaps it is because I am expecting to be robbed.
We have not come to rob you, but to seek fair settlement.
It's a deal, yeah.
I'm listening.
I ask that you honor your pledge. A share of the treasure so that they might rebuild their lives.
And he did say that.
Your threats do not sway me.
It's not a
Oh,
threat,
it's not,
to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's not a threat.
My people offered you help.
I mean, it was a deal.
When did the men of Lake Town come to our aid but for the promise of rich reward?
A bargain was struck.
A bargain? What choice do we have but to barter our birthright for blankets and food?
Yeah, but if it was the old one, I think you would exactly be willing to respect the agreement they had.
Because you gave us your word. Does that mean nothing?
If it was nowadays, I would say not, but...
Sorry, just
It's
the
so
way
iconic.
he disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't think they are happy either.
Nope.
Arrows fly!
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help us and you.
What are you doing? We are, in fact, outnumbered.
Not for much longer.
What does that mean?
It means, Master Baggins, you should never underestimate dwarves.
And my question is, what the hell is wrong with all of the other dwarves that they are joining his journey blindlessly? What is wrong with you guys?
You will give us nothing.
Such a pity. Still, you tried.
Why would he risk war?
Why in the world?
We attack at dawn.
Master Baggins, come here.
If he finds out he has a stone, it's gonna be in so bad shits, you know. Oh, it's a uniform for him.
This vest is made of silver steel.
He gives it to Frodo, and Frodo takes it with him.
I'm not a warrior, I'm a hobbit.
It is a gift, a token of our friendship.
AKA, don't fuck up.
I am betrayed. The Arkenstone.
But he doesn't suspect him. He
He's
suspects someone else.
One of them has taken it.
Thorin, the quest is fulfilled.
But the treasure in this mountain does not belong to the people of Lake Town. This gold is ours.
When he talks with always hear like an echo.
A little echo, yeah.
In his voice and stuff, you know. You heard the way that like it was like the dragon?
Yeah, dragon sickness.
Gandalf?
Where have you been?
On another parallel story that no one gives a shit.
We don't want no tramps, beggars, nor vagabonds round here.
Who's in charge here? Who's asking?
I don't think he recognizes Gandalf, right?
You're all in mortal danger.
What are you talking about?
I can see you know nothing of wizards. They are like winter thunder on a wild wind, rolling in from a distance, breaking hard in alarm.
Our enemy has summoned his full strength.
Why show his hand now?
Because we forced him. This is the gateway to reclaiming the lands of Angmar in the north.
Earth Eaters? What? Oh, they are so close. Damn. So they are now going to the mountain, right?
You started this, Mithrandir. You will forgive me if I finish it.
Although his hair is good. Well done, Bilbo.
You think the dwarves will surrender? They won't. They will fight to the death to defend their own.
Bilbo Baggins.
If I'm not...
Hi.
I came to give you this.
It is better than being in the hands of Thorin.
You owe us no loyalty. I'm not doing it for you. I know that dwarves can be obstinate. Thorin values this stone above all else. In exchange for its return, I believe he will give you what you are owed. There will be no need for war.
That's a very good way to put it. And to do a trade.
To use it as like a bargaining chip, yeah.
I'm not afraid of Thorin.
But you should be.
I think you should.
Don't underestimate the evil of gold. Dragon's sickness seeps into the hearts of all who come near this mountain. Almost all.
Bloody hell, there are so many.
I think they brought all of them.
I just don't understand why no one tried to make sense of what he's doing from all of the other dwarves.
Careful, you're gonna hurt the animal. Oh, that's too exaggerated.
Sorry, but the coordination is fabulous.
It's too much.
Payment of your debt has been offered and accepted.
What payment? I gave you nothing.
I was gonna show him.
We have this.
The king may have
I
it.
get it.
Now goodwill. But first, he must honor his word.
And they're not asking much, you know, like.
The Arkenstone is in this mountain. It is a trick.
It's no trick.
Like I came back just to clarify.
Okay, I wouldn't say you're dead because you know it does not die, but still.
I took it as my 14th share. I may be a burglar, but I like to think I'm an honest one.
And all of his mannerisms from the actor, it's amazing.
You have no claim over me, you miserable
Rat! The dwarf I met in Bag End would never have gone back on his word. Would never have doubted the loyalty of his kin.
Do not speak to me of loyalty.
The guy's so lost.
Throw him from the rampart!
No one will do that. Like, this is way too much.
Return him to me!
Where were you, Gandalf?
Never again will I have dealings with wizards! Or Shire rats!
Give us your
And the orcs are ready. Oh, that's why he's waiting for...
I will have war.
Yeah, I prefer the orcs, yeah.
What do you mean he prefers the orcs?
Because that's the army he was expecting, right?
Nope.
So who the hell are these ones? Oh, these are new. They just appeared here now.
Like you made reference before. Yet send word, so...
You didn't exactly expressed much what he was gonna do, to be honest.
Of course, it's supposed to be a surprise.
It's
What is
because
that?
of a pig.
Yeah, I was wondering.
They ain't much.
Would you consider just starting off?
There is no need for war between dwarves, men, and elves. A legion of orcs march on the mountain.
Okay, so it's this one, the elves, the men,
And the 2 armies
of the orcs, right?
I think so.
It makes the 5 empires.
I'll split his pretty head open. See if he's still smirking then.
Doesn't make sense for them to be cheering him so much. If they also are a bit against the war as they should.
Oh, come on!
Well, they were so willing to fight. Now they will finally put themselves together to fight against all of these ones.
Yeah, maybe this is more important than your petty fights.
The hordes of hell are upon us! To battle! To battle, sons of...
Yeah, they quickly forget about this one.
As they should.
As they should, at least that.
It was already strange and stupid enough.
Stand down.
What? Are we to do nothing?
I said, stand down!
And I said to fuck off. Why don't anyone say anything about the guy? He makes absolutely no sense. That is so cool though. Great strategy. Military spirit.
They can work together.
Well done. Awesome.
They are short, but they are like strong.
They're very strong, yeah, they're very robust.
And one of the armies attacked the city. Yeah.
All of you!
Such a huge beast. Oh.
It's a mobile artillery.
So cool.
That one is huge. It's useful though.
Yeah, and they went through the village, of course. And
Yeah, that's the easy part. That there aren't many warriors back here.
Really? This guy is just a disappointment in everything that he does. The brother, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're learning.
Well done, kiddo. Proud of you.
I need you to gather the women and children. Take them to the Great Hall and barricade the door.
Leave it to me, sire. You heard him. We make for the Great Hall.
I need every man fighting. See that you return.
I'll get them to safety, sire.
Yeah, the guy is a pussy. However, he's the best person to get them there because he really wants to save his own ass, so...
That's true. Yeah, give the sword to the kid, of course.
But the kid is strong enough to fight now.
Abandon the cripples!
Sorry, you're just ridiculous.
Too annoying. Oh, that was gorgeous. No.
They shut him down.
No.
He was a beautiful beast.
Holy shit.
Like he was saying, holy shit. A lot of bodies now. And Toriel and Legolas, they should be there as well,
yeah,
right? Because they're kind of following them.
Thorin, they are dying out there.
And I'm out here.
Many die in war. Life is cheap, but a treasure such as this cannot be counted in lives lost.
Is that what you want as your king?
You sit here in these vast halls with a crown.
Finally, someone is gonna say something about it.
Yet you are lesser now than you have ever been. I am your king!
You were always my king.
You cannot see what you have become.
Get hurt
Before I do something stupid.
before I kill you.
And to hear like your brother, your friend, I mean the person you trust the most,
Nice,
one
like,
of them.
You are
it's-
truly lost. Never mind.
with us.
I hope it's him getting back to himself, but...
Sickness which drove your grandfather mad.
We get it.
It's like I'm bored with
Yeah,
this
we
shit,
get
to be
it.
honest.
I'm trying to leave my opinions till the end as well, but yeah.
You get the point.
I think
And
we
they
got.
keep going. It's like it's not bad enough.
I got the point like half an hour ago. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, this is a nice shot at least. I mean, this is nice.
Okay, it's a nice visual. I give it that. Sure. Oh
And
no,
the
it's like
drama of
it's
this,
like.
it's like sucking in.
Okay.
Oh, did he get back to doing it like shit?
Can we proceed?
We need a bit more drama. Let me get it.
Are you gonna?
Might take a while.
Are you gonna pretend you're like a hero now?
I will not hide behind a wall of stone while others fight our battles for us!
What have you been doing so far?
Endurance folk. Do not flee from a fight.
I do get the relief, like if you see that okay, he came to his senses.
I see the relief, but if they were so upset about it, why don't they just go? Just so that we can have the speech?
Will you follow me?
Sorry. Now they would be, nah, we're not interested.
So everyone's dead, right? That was there because they are now attacking.
The elves and the men went to the city, and the dwarves, the rest of the dwarves are here, yeah.
But the bell had to be made of gold.
Of course.
They are very good fighters, so these specifically group.
Yeah. Oh, and they have the best of the steel and materials that was from there.
Any man who wants to give their last, follow me!
I really like this guy, though.
Yeah. In terms of all the leaders that we're seeing, yeah, absolutely.
It's the best one. The most humble one, the most practical.
Not a king, it's not a king.
Let's just get things done, I mean.
I say we stand with our men in
As
life
they should be.
and in death.
Finally, people that have like some common sense. Thank you for the ride.
Take your time.
Great timing.
I hope you've got a plan. Aye. We're going to take out their leader.
They are amazing. Ain't those like Capricorns? The animal
I
from
have
Capricorn?
no idea.
He's taking his best warriors.
To do what?
To cut the head off the snake.
Oh, finally you're here. Took you long enough as well.
Ball leads a force of Gundamad orcs. They are almost upon us.
Oh yeah, the other army is still coming. Great.
It looks empty.
They were there.
Scout out the towers. Keep low and out of sight.
We have company. Goblin mercenaries. No more than 100.
No more than 100, that's fine then.
Yeah, you see.
Didn't you want to the war?
From his army, yeah.
I've spent enough elvish blood in defense of this accursed land. No more.
I'll go.
Don't be ridiculous. You'll never make it.
Why not? They won't see me.
It's out of the question. I won't allow it.
I don't need your authorization. Don't be silly, Gandalf. Come on. One thing that I like is that he only uses the ring when it's extremely necessary and to help.
It's such a weird vision that you see when you put the ring.
We see. I'm not sure he sees like this.
Okay, true. Maybe not.
Get away from me. I don't take all this from you. People trusted you, and you threw it all away. For what?
I really want the guy to die.
Don't keep
badly.
don't keep saving him.
Thorin!
Bilbo.
You have to leave here. Now. Arzok has another army attacking from the north.
He wants to draw us in.
Exactly.
This is a trap.
Mm-hmm. And both of them are there. Killy and Philly.
They were in the towers, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Yeah. There he is. I wonder if we can kill him for good this time. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the way that, the sword is blue.
Took a ride.
I thought it was like the eagles and stuff because Gandalf said...
Would be nice, yeah.
Call the eagles and whatever. And they didn't appear yet. The brown. The wizard brown.
Yes, you're right. Where is he go?
I don't think he knows. Either.
Wherever the bat takes him, I guess.
Oh. Ouch. Why would you do that?
That was so mean. He killed his ride.
That deserves a bad review. I love the way that the arrows that he has, they never like.
Yeah, he has the infinity arrow cheat.
Don't distract him! Just for him to be able to save her.
Oh yes.
Okay, but this is one of the strongest
That's
ones.
the boss, the second in command.
Yeah.
Now you guys are two, come on.
Yeah, she's still laying down, I bet. Okay, I was not expecting for this to happen. Okay, now you kill him. Come on.
Ow. Still.
Oh, now they decided to end. Great timing. Another ride, another kill. It's like the control. Like the joystick.
Well, he's right in the brain, so yeah.
What's the point? Was to make a bridge?
I think he goes along. So this is a bridge now. Now, how would you be sure not to hit her?
And those places, they are very poor in construction.
They didn't put cement, how do you say?
Cement, it's not cement, it's concrete.
Concrete, yeah. Oh, so elegant, sorry, but it was good. Elegantly poised there.
I think there are cameras there, I need to be nice, to look nice.
Oh, it's like, oh, right on time.
Those are my friends. It would be so much more practical for him to have like a sword than that piece of rock.
I'll defy gravity.
Finally.
I was still hit.
I mean, to make sure that the guy dies, you know, like. I guess I went to the point of him being with that shit. Why didn't he attack again while he was on his back?
Okay, now yes.
It took some time. Why don't you attack now that he's distracted? Oh, these pauses.
Oh, that's the, yeah, transform.
The last of his kind. What? Can't you swim? But again, this is no warranty that the guy dies. Just break the ice and put a sword into his skull. but I don't feel bad about him, to be honest.
Like you said before, he was asking for it. He had such beautiful eyes.
That is so true. And I love the way that when he was very well alive and very well and healthy, he couldn't kill him. But now, with a sword into his heart, it was, oh no, it just damaged the...
Oh, it was in the stomach, I think.
Oh. I wish to part from you in friendship.
No. You are not going anywhere, Thorin.
Forgive me. I was too blind to see it.
I'm glad to have shared in your perils, Thorin. Each and every one of them.
Go back to your books. And your armchair. If more people valued home above gold, this world would be a merry place.
That is so true, though.
No, both the twin brothers died. Yeah.
I cannot go back.
Where will you go? Find the Dunedain. There's a young ranger amongst them. You should meet him.
They're talking about the man, right? That main guy from the men. Right? I think that's the one they're talking about, right?
Aragorn from The Lord of
yeah.
the Rings, yeah.
If this is love, I do not want it.
This he can relate to. He lost his wife as well.
Why does it hurt so much?
Because it was real.
I feel bad for them because they never had a chance, you know? It looks like shit.
And then for someone like him to go back to normal, to peace after all he's been through.
Yeah, it's like, oh, upsetting.
Again, he has a book to write.
Yeah, true. Do you mind?
A little bit of pipe ASMR, I don't know.
Now, who's gonna be the leader of the dwarves? And it was
Good
right.
question, I'm not sure.
Because it would be the twins, but both died. So, like I
Correct.
said, your bloodline ends here, and it did.
Yep. That seems a bit of like an evil song, to be honest.
Well, I think I'll slip quietly away. Will you tell the others I said goodbye?
You can tell them yourself.
Yeah, the way that they would all stay there and you wouldn't realize that.
If any of you are ever passing Bag End,
Don't go to my house.
tea is at 4. There's plenty of it. You are welcome anytime.
Especially because they take care of the mess after. So that's nice.
That's true. They do that.
He has a long way to go now.
Oh yeah. At least he's not being chased this time.
Why doesn't he just take an eagle?
Yeah.
Became so much more easier to travel.
The borders, the Shire.
Oh.
It is here I must leave you.
I quite like having a wizard.
Are they gonna talk something about the ring?
I don't know.
Magic rings should not be used lightly, but
He knows that he has a magic ring.
Farewell, Gandalf.
farewell.
No one has any idea.
Wait a minute, that's my mother's glory box. And that's my dining chair.
What is going on?
It seems like they're taking everything for sale by auction.
Stop! There's been a mistake!
Who are you? Yes, I'm sure.
Who are you?
Well, who I am, Lobelia Sackville Baggins. This is my home!
If you are in fact Bilbo Baggins and undeceased, can you prove it?
A contract of employment as a
Well, certainly seems to be in order. Yes. Who is this person you pledged your service to? Thorin Oakenshield.
And no one has any idea of who the guy is.
And what happened or anything. Like I said, they cleaned out the whole house.
It's a hell of a house, to be honest. Where is the ring? And it's already calling.
We don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations.
Oh, it's a dwarf, so cute.
What about very old friends?
But it's Gandalf. Maybe it's Gandalf with the dwarves.
This is exactly how the Lord of the Rings start. Yeah.
111 years old.
Yeah, he was 111 years old.
But the house didn't look as tidy as it used to.
No. Always a bit messy.
It got lazy.
Got rich. So, I'm guessing you have a lot to say. So have I. I'm guessing we're not gonna have much to disagree, except maybe here and there, obviously. Please proceed.
Where shall I begin? So, a lot of things I didn't like in this movie, and a few things that I did enjoy. A few specific scenes that I think I've said during the reaction. For example, that scene with the shade of the dragon when I think that's one of my favorite scenes. When
he had
Thorin,
like the dragon sickness and he was seeing the thing on the ground.
So that was so cool. I think it was a very nice touch. However, I wouldn't say all, but most of the scenes with Thorin, the thing of, I mean, they just got so boring, like, okay, I get it. I mean, can we proceed? I mean, I know what they were trying to do. I mean, the values and the thing that money and success and all of that can get to your head. You can change because of that, but it's like, God, it's enough. I mean, the point has been made. I mean, don't force it, otherwise it just becomes shitty. And that's exactly what happened. And for that reason, I didn't got as touched as I think I should be with the scene with
the death
Thorin.
of Thorin,
Yeah,
right?
it's like I mean, he died. Sure, next. I was just so done of watching him. Unnecessarily, because again, it was not an actor's fault. I mean, he was delivering it quite well. So I think it's just a script huge mistake in this movie, and I think it did affect the entire movie because of that. Because the fighting scenes, they are quite nice, very enjoyable. However, it became just too much, and the fact that the colleagues team didn't do nothing about it, didn't question, didn't try to what the hell is going wrong with you? I mean, this is not who you are, this is not who we are, and they just stood, and it makes no sense.
So just to be clear, and I think I did my best during the movie not to be too verbal
Not
about
so
it,
much, yeah.
because I agree 100% with what you're saying. I think it's one of the huge problems of this movie. Not the only one, but one of the huge problems. I don't like how it was dealt with. I don't think it's needed. At least not that
As
amount.
much, yeah.
Because fine, I think it's interesting for the character to go through that or stuff like that. Fine, but it has a lot to do with what you're saying. It's not an actor's fault. It is a script and director's fault, in my opinion. It gets not just boring, it gets frustrating.
Yes.
And it gets to, okay, can we move on? Which is a shame.
Like, fast forward.
Yeah, again, just for you to have an idea, but I will develop this a bit more, this movie is just about the last pages of the book. Okay, it's about like the last chapter or something.
So that is why they tried to make
stretched it so much. Just for you to have an idea, and I think I'm not mistaken, but guys, it's been a long time since I read the books. Please help me out. The way it is written in the books, the battle itself, it's not. I'm not gonna say a big deal, but it's not something they focused on. But they know it would sell for the movie, obviously. So in the book, if I'm not mistaken, you have the thing of Bilbo getting knocked out, right? Remember, he was knocked out, and then he opens his eyes. Oh, the eagles are here, and the battle is being over. that's what you see of the battle in the books. You don't see any of the battle because it's just the end of the story. It has nothing to do with the battle itself. So basically, they took that and it was like, okay, what can we put here to make the length of a movie? That is my number one issue with this movie. It is that they just tried to put anything they could just to fit a space where there was nothing there.
Much.
Yeah. That's a big problem in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that, in my opinion, they could have done, and I think would align very well, instead of trying to put that scene and stretching the battle. But again, the battles. It's not my biggest thing because I think they work so much better in movies than in books.
100%, yes, I agree.
So it doesn't bother me. One of the things that I didn't enjoy, that was not really my thing, that didn't make sense, but nothing too obvious. But here, they could have done, instead of what they did, they could have put something in the end, because it's something that we normally don't see in movies. Rebuilding everything, people getting along, you know, like things starting to go well, you know. What happened to the dwarves, you know, like what happened to the humans, to the elves? Did they get back? Did they not? What happened? So instead of putting all of that drama queen stuff, if they added some more value in that, like, okay, the war is over, we won, I mean the good, let's say, won, so let's rebuild. What's gonna happen to the humans, you know, to the men? What's gonna happen to them? Are they gonna stay there? Are they not, you know? And it would be interesting for us to develop a little bit more of that part, because I think it would make so much more sense and would give a proper closure than just Bilbo getting back to his place, and that's it.
I would say that, for example, just to finish the thing that you were saying about the battles, which I agree, they work better on screen, obviously. Like you were saying, the action itself, I don't really have a problem with it, because sometimes it's a bit stupid, and here I think it's a bit too exaggerated, but it can be fun. But like you were saying, they drag on things so much sometimes that you're like, oh, come on. And also, like you were saying, sometimes they ruin a bit of the characters, like you were saying with Thorin. Because a good fight is a good fight, sure, but a good fight can be a great fight if you have some emotional attachment to what's happening. That sometimes a fight can be much shorter, but because you're so engaged, it's better.
You
feel more.
You feel it more, yeah.
So I think that's what kind of might be missing a bit. Because you have the special effects and you have the entertainment there, but at least in my opinion, there's something missing.
Yeah, and I think it's a very huge slide that is missing. In the battles, I also didn't really enjoy the fact that some things, they just didn't make sense. I know that I've mentioned a few during the reaction, but I don't know, just especially with Legolas, some things that didn't make sense, and with Thorin as well, like the fact of the guy was with the chains. The guy was like with chains, and it doesn't make sense for him to have a chain and a huge rock, because he was not even using it properly. You know,
actually, yeah, you're right.
It's like, what's the point? If you want to kill him, just use your sword. He's so much taller, stronger, and everything. Why using something that your body cannot even manage properly to kill someone? I mean, no point. It's like, I think they
ineffective.
tried it.
Why using something so ineffective? When
Exactly.
You could
And I know they're not very smart, but they are very good fighters. Generally, the orcs, you know, like.
Especially that guy.
Yeah, let's not say very good. Let's just say reasonable fighters. But that guy is a good fighter. So, you know what I'm saying? Something they just don't make that much sense.
No, I think a lot of things I think kind of are nonsensical.
Yeah.
Again, they want things to look cool, which brings me to a certain thing that is a positive, at least in these movies, even in this one, something that I do like and give my appreciation, which is the how do you say, the art decoration, the set decoration. I like all the details of the different architectures and all of that, but they're always very good and interesting. That is something that I think people had a lot of work with, and that looks great.
And then comes like the writer to fuck things up.
Let's destroy all of that. Yeah.
And I think from the moment they start to overdo it, and they started to overdo it right in the beginning of the movie.
I agree. Yeah.
I know we've mentioned that. I mean, we started to make fun of it like in the middle, but we started to realize way sooner. So it's like, okay, get along with it, you know, like.
That's the main problem that I have with these movies. A lot of other little things, because the story itself is a very short, very simple story, and I think it was they overdid it. I think that's the best expression to use. They overdid it. Since this is like the end of the story, in general, what are your thoughts about the Hobbit?
Well, generally, I'm not the biggest fan. That's the thing. I did enjoy a few things from the movies. Overall, again, the genre is not my thing, and it was more fun for me to watch than Lord of the Rings, and I apologize. I know Lord of the Rings has way more quality.
Yeah.
I can see that. They have way more quality, but this is way easier for me to watch. However, it does bother me a lot, the amount of things that I don't agree with, the amount of things that I think they don't make sense, and I just question myself. Someone wrote this. I mean, the actors, a lot of people get involved in this. These are movies that have millions in budgeting, and, you know, like so many people involved, and how the hell do they let so many things pass? And if you are a fan, I really apologize. I don't mean to offend anyone, but it is what it is. And
no, I mean, I understand that it can be to the taste of a lot of people, obviously. For example, when people criticize Lord of the Rings, and I do get some of the criticisms, I'm like, well, you know, I disagree.
Yeah. No, it's
a
fine.
shame. It's a shame, but in this case as well, I do have to criticize these movies because, some things I don't like, and it is to my taste. It is my genre of movies. It is, but I mean,
and it is upsetting. Again, it is upsetting overall the way they try to add the other story, and we don't even see much to understand with Gandalf and the others. We don't see much to begin with. We see more than we should, though, but not enough to understand exactly what's going on. Of course, you do have the background from Lord of the Rings, which makes like the balance for things. But I mean, again, it doesn't make sense in my opinion, because they were talking about stuff that already happened, and you know already how they're gonna end and how they worked out. But they are trying to put that in these movies that came after to explain things that you already know what they're gonna do. So to sum things up, I just think they are, like you were saying, and I completely agree, they are just wasting time. They just want to make a longer movie, and that's why I think also they added that part of the story. And again, I don't think they accomplished it very well. And I don't really think it makes sense for them to add this. And another thing that I don't like about these movies is that you already know some characters that will survive, some characters that will not. So
that always happens with prequels. I mean, there's not much you can do with the prequel. That will always happen, since you already know this person, that person is alive. You do know that they don't die. So that's just part of prequels.
Yeah. Which is a shame. So if that happens, why sometimes they want to make it just so, oh, is he gonna die? Is it not?
Right.
Which they did here.
I know. I agree.
So that's, I mean, they did that with Gandalf in the previous movie.
I mean, you can make it a little bit. I think you can do a scene a bit like that.
But about getting hurt, but not the thing of dying.
Dying or getting hurt, whatever. I think it's justified when in the scene itself there's like something to do with connection or emotion between characters that justifies that. But otherwise, it's pointless, because you know.
I don't.
It cannot be for suspense, basically.
Yeah, for my personal taste, I don't think it makes sense either. What you're saying, but
Imagine a situation where a character you know is not gonna die, but in a movie,
it's what put
which
them
is a
together
prequel,
or something.
yeah,
like
it's
that.
something that strengthens the bond between that character and another character. Is that scene? Is that event? That for me is justified. It's fine, because what's happening there? It's not you thinking, is he gonna die or not gonna die? It's more like, oh, and that's what brought them together, or something like that.
Sure.
It's nothing that happened in this one. I'm just saying
I get it.
Something that could happen, let's say. Now, I'm just curious to hear, how would you rank the 3 movies?
Okay, so I would put the second first. And then the other 2 in third, and nothing in the middle. Is that possible?
All right, it's possible. It's however you want. So there's no middle. There's 2 bottom ones, and then there's 1 up. All right.
Yeah, which is the one I prefer from 3, but again, I do find a lot of mistakes. Mistakes / things that don't make sense, and they are stupid, let's say, in all of them. But the middle one was the one that I had more fun with, to be honest.
Yeah. So for me, it's quite easy. The one I like the least, as you guys can tell, is the last one. It's the one that I think is more pointless. My favorite is the second one. It's the same as you. I think it's the most entertaining, except for the parts of the side story that I think are unnecessary. If you take that out, I'm a big fan of the second one. And then the first one is in second place, because I do enjoy the first one. There are some things that I really enjoy in the first one.
But they just add so much stuff that.
My problem with the first one is, I think, too long, too much unnecessary stuff. But cutting that, I do still enjoy it quite a lot. I think there's a story there, and it makes sense, unlike most of what happens in this one.
Yeah, it's like, if you cut everything that's wrong with all of them, you have like your favorite movie. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Yes, they should have done 1 movie. That's my opinion, or at least 2. No, it wasn't needed 2, but.
Yeah, but my point is, because you're saying, because if you cut this and if you cut that, yeah, but you need to evaluate them without those little cuttings that you're saying. So.
Which is why this is not exactly a trilogy that I appreciate much.
I get it. Yeah, this one as well. It's the one that I like the least. However, since the first one, it becomes boring. I hate when I'm watching something and I get bored. In the battle scenes as well, and in other scenes as well, there were some things that just didn't make sense. For example, when Legolas hit the tower and the tower could have fallen into Toriel, and stuff like that. It's like, just some things are just so pointless.
No, that's the nonsensical parts that I was talking. That's one example of them.
Yeah. That's why I have a huge problem with fantasy, and I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, we're gonna have an argument.
Yes, we
go
will.
ahead.
Yes, we will.
Because it's more common in fantasy movies that to happen. Is that?
Yes, just because of that.
Okay.
It is more common for things to be less logical, because you have a lot of different things. You have space. You have like I don't know, like spaceships, space battles. You have
superheroes,
powers, magic, all of those things, the good and the evil. So you have a lot of different things that sometimes, or most times, they don't need to be logical. So you can go a step further, you know? And for you, or people that enjoy this kind of genre, it's okay. It's like, it's not supposed to make sense. It's not supposed to be rational, you know? So I gave you that.
Okay, I think we're gonna disagree a lot then. Okay.
Yeah, I gave you that. But sometimes, I mean, it just doesn't really make sense for things to happen like that. For example, when Legolas, he was just challenging the laws of physics, you know, like going on the steps that were not steps. It's like, for me, that's a bit like, there he goes. I mean, because Cynthia is an elf and he kind of flies almost, everything is possible. So that is a bit upsetting, and that's sometimes something that I don't really enjoy, because there is no line sometimes. And I'm not generalizing, okay? I'm saying sometimes. There is a line, and it's so like on top of it, you know, all of it. So it becomes annoying.
So, the part where I think you're wrong, or at least you express yourself wrong, or not, it might be your opinion, but if it is, I disagree with it, which is you equate fantasy with irrational and illogical.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, you can explain. Because you just said that.
No,
that was a
I
big
said,
problem with fantasy.
I said that most times in fantasy, there are things like magic and other things that are not real that makes you take a further step into things that are more, I wouldn't say rational, but that are not logical. Because how can you say that doing with a, como é que se diz varinha?
Wand.
How can you say that doing this with a wand will create a being? It's illogical. It doesn't exist.
It's not illogical. It's unrealistic, right?
Okay,
It's
whatever you want to call it, yeah.
That's the part where I disagree, because you equate like, okay, in fantasy you don't need to be logical because it is fantasy, and I disagree. I think it makes no sense what you're saying. A good fantasy or a bad fantasy, in a bad fantasy, yes, you will find those mistakes, just like in a movie which is not well made or not well thought out, which has no fantasy, zero fantasy, and you can find a lot of illogical inconsistencies in it, right?
Oh, I don't say the opposite,
Yeah.
but a fantasy movie is way more susceptible to...
Fine, you can say that it is more common in fantasy, which I accept. Which I don't accept is saying like, oh, because it's fantasy, people don't have a problem with that. I think people have a problem with that also. So a good fantasy, obviously, or I'm sorry, a good movie or story that has fantasy in it can be extremely logical, can be extremely rational, obviously. It has things that are not real, that don't exist, right? Unrealistic or whatever you want to call them. But logic has nothing to do with being real or not real, right? Logic has to do with something that is rational, that makes sense, right? So in fantasy, you have rules that are different from our rules. And if it makes sense with those rules, it's logical. The problem is when that doesn't happen. Do I get my point across?
Oh,
or
no,
not?
I understand everything that you're saying. I agree partially. And it's partially what I'm saying, but you have to agree with me that when you're talking about fantasy, everything is so much easier to explain. Oh, it's the force. Oh, it's the magic.
I'm not disagreeing that sometimes it is
So that is what I mean, you know?
a cop-out or a Deus Ex Machina kind of stuff where something is used just to explain. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. So sometimes they take the easy route. Still, I wouldn't say it's illogical. I would just say that it's like unexplained. But I'd say it's more common in fantasy and sci-fi. I would never disagree that. So guys, as you can see, this is still a work in progress. We will never agree 100% in that matter. I don't think we will see eye to eye in that matter.
I don't think so. We have very different perspectives. We understand each other. But the thing is, you like it or you understand it better because you like it. I don't understand it as well, or I don't accept it that well because I don't like it. And that's where I come across.
I understand that position, especially because, for example, I, in general, quite dislike musicals. So in musicals, there are a lot of those fantasy things or things that are not realistic at all, that for me, I could almost say like it's illogical. But I don't say that. I don't say it's illogical, but I could see how it could be considered that.
You're just not saying it's illogical because you wanted to give an example and you're just proving me right.
Shut up. I'm absolutely not. I'm just saying I understand why you're wrong. So I give an example, so I'm like, oh, I understand how she can be wrong. Yeah, sure.
That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed more than we did of our reaction that we did the movie, and
people will kill us. Yeah, but yeah.
Ah, fuck it. And we hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.